Hello and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. So I'm really sorry for bringing the part 3 of the quiz sessions in the NEET preparation. There were some technical issues. I couldn't continue with the MCQs. So here I bring your part 3 of 150 MCQ series for NEET practice under the heading of the cell, the basic unit of life. So 31 questions, already 30 questions have been explained. Continuity of cytoplasm from cell to cell is maintained through cytoplasmic connections in plants, which are called dash. So if we see over here, ER is your endoplasmic reticulum, correct? So these are present in both. So what they're asking is, like, there are two plant cells are present, and the cytoplasm of plant 1 cell and plant 2 cell is having the continuity of the cytoplasm. Now, how are these are maintained? So it cannot be because of ER. Then we have got the tight junction. So the function of tight junction is not to allow the passage. So on a membrane, if suppose you have got two cells are there and tight junctions are present, so they don't allow the passage of any molecules from one side to the other. Whereas gap junctions, they are present in the animal cells. So what is left is the plasmodesmata. So plasmodesmata is responsible for continuing the cytoplasm from cell to cell. So I hope this is clear. So figure is also given over here. You can see over here how nicely, because of the plasmodesmata, there is a continuity of the cytoplasm between the two plant cells. So we can also see that when a molecule is passed through the cell wall, it is called the apoplastic pathway. And if it is passing through the cytoplasm, it is called the symplastic pathway. So the plasmodesmata, they are actually the cytoplasmic bridges between the adjacent plant cells, and they have developed a minute pores of their walls. They form a protoplasmic continuum called symplast. This is what I was explaining. It provides channels for controlled passage of small size particles between the adjacent cells as well as transfer of some specific signals. So via the help of the symplastic pathway, all these small molecules are transferred from one cell to the other cell in the case of plants. So here the answer is plasmodesmata. Next, a phospholipid molecule is amphipathic and produces two layers coming in contact with water. The head of phospholipid molecule is dash. So the given options are at an angle of 40 degree, at the outer surface, on the inner surface, or it is embedded in the protein molecules. See, in this case, so we have studied about the plasma membrane, right? So we know that in the case of in the case of phospholipid, it is having the polar head. So this is the polar head, and then we have got the non-polar tail. So all these are present on the plasma membrane. Actually, they form the plasma membrane bilayer. Now, so they produces two layers when they come in contact with the water. The head of the phosphate molecule is now, if you see the diagram over here, you see that the polar molecule are always, the head region are always facing the outwards, outer surface, or we can say that, because they are polar and they come in contact with the extracellular fluid or water wherever the particular organism is present. So here the answer is the polar head or the head of the phospholipid molecule is present at the outer surface of the plasma membrane. So just listen to the explanation. So the lipid molecules are amphipathetic in nature, that is, they possess both polar as well as the hydrophobic regions. The hydrophilic region is in the form of the head occurring at outer surface, while the hydrophobic part contains two fatty acids, as just now I have explained. So these are the hydrophobic tails. So they usually occur towards the center of the membrane, and hence the membrane center becomes the hydrophobic in nature. So it results in the formation of the lipid bilayer whenever it is coming in contact with water. So finally, the answer is that the head of the phospholipid molecule is present at the outer surface. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Choose the incorrect statement regarding the cell membranes. So generally, smaller molecules pass easily and readily than large molecules. Water-soluble substance pass through it less readily than lipid molecule. Membranes are selectively permeable. So if we consider all these statements over here, we see that this is also true, this is also true, and this is also true. So we have already said it that the plasma membranes are selectively permeable. Water-soluble substance pass through it less readily. That is also true because of the non-polar nature of the bilayer. And small molecules can pass. So all these three statements are correct. So here the answer becomes none of these because all the three statements are correct. So this becomes very interesting once you have the figures also in your mind, and if you go through the figures, it becomes very clear, and it becomes also easy to do the MCQs. Now match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct option from the codes given below. So we have got mitochondria, lysosomes, ribosomes, nucleus, and in the column 2 we have got the without membrane, single or double membrane. So we know that mitochondria has got the double membrane. So outer membrane and inner membrane. So we know that A is 3, but if you see there are two options which are having such options are there. So A with 3, 2 are there. So now we can eliminate option A and option D. This we can eliminate, right? Now we have to see the others. So lysosomes, it is a single membrane. So lysosomes are single membrane. So now I got that lysosomes are single membrane. Okay. Then nucleus is also your double membrane. Do not forget that. Nucleus is also your double membrane like your mitochondria. So I also have now D as 3. Now ribosomes are nothing but they are made up of proteins as well as rRNA. So it doesn't have any membrane. So ribosomes are actually without membrane. So now if I see, my option C is the correct answer over here. Moving on to the next, lysosomes. Lysosomes are dash vesicular structures formed by the process of packaging in the dash. So we know that lysosomes are, let's see the options over here. So they're asking whether it is a membrane bound or non-membrane bound. So we know that lysosomes are membrane bound and they have got the hydrolytic enzymes which carries out the degradation. So lysosomes are actually membrane bound. So we have got two options, membrane bound. Then they are formed by the process of packaging in the dash. So this packaging of enzymes, the hydrolytic enzymes which are present in the lysosomes are actually get packaged at the Golgi apparatus. So ER is only responsible for protein synthesis. ER is only responsible for protein synthesis, whereas Golgi apparatus is responsible for packaging of proteins. Okay, so from this now it is clear that the option A is the correct answer. See, now if you study like this, it becomes very easy to solve the questions correctly. Moving on to the next. Identify the pairs labeled as A, B, C and D in the given ultrastructure of a plant cell and select the correct option. So first is A. Then we have got B over here, which looks like, I guess, the chloroplast, I guess. And then C is there. C is there, which is very much clear that it is mitochondria. Correct? Oh, sorry. Okay. So C is your mitochondria now. We know that. So C is mitochondria. So we have got two options like this. Correct? So either A or D. Then we have got the option they're asking D is what? So D is very much near to your nucleus. So this is nucleus, these are ER, and these are your Golgi apparatus. So now I know that D is Golgi apparatus, A is the plasma membrane. Since it's a plant cell, so of course this is going to be the cell wall, and below the cell wall you have got the cell membrane. So A is cell membrane, B is your chloroplast, C is mitochondria, and D is Golgi apparatus. So here your option A is the correct answer. So such questions are only for the practice, because I don't think these questions will come for your exams. Moving on to the next. Again, match column 1 and 2 and select the correct option from the codes given below. So we have got the dictyosomes, mitochondria, vacuoles, and grana. So we know that these all are present in the plant cell. So let's see what are present in the column 2, meant for the storage, photosynthesis, transport, secretion, and respiration. Now let's start giving the assigned or column points. So we know that mitochondria is responsible for your respiration. Vacuole is for storage. Okay. Then if we see grana is for your photosynthesis. So even if you don't know what is dictyosomes, now we know that dictyosomes can be dictyosomes is for your secretions. So now let's see what are the options. So A4 is there, okay. B is with the 5, yes. So we have A over here also, but we know that mitochondria is responsible for the respiration. Then C is for storage, okay. So I got this. Grana is for the photosynthesis. So from all this match, I get that option again. A is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Now, which of these is not a function of Golgi apparatus? So, in the case of Golgi apparatus, if you remember the structure, a plant cell is there. You have got the nucleus. Okay, so DNA is there. Then we have got the ER, and from ER we have got the Golgi. Okay, so we know that when a signal is given, okay, when gene is regulated, a protein is synthesized. It can be synthesized on the free ribosomes or on the bound ribosomes. Okay, so bound ribosomes, the proteins are then modified in the ER and then transported to the Golgi. Now let's see what is not the function of Golgi apparatus. So in the case of this, it is a site of synthesis of glycoproteins and glycolipids. Now this is true because once the protein has been synthesized in the ER, it goes for the modifications in the Golgi apparatus, where most of the proteins are linked, whether it is N-linked or O-linked, it gets linked to the glycan region, and glycoproteins and glycolipids both are synthesized. So this is actually a correct option. It is meant for secretion, yes. It helps in membrane transformation, yes, because the membrane, the lipids which gets integrated into the membranes in the form of vesicles are formed from the Golgi apparatus, and then they fuse with the plasma membrane, okay, as in the process of exocytosis. So they help in the membrane transformation. Now we have got the option D, which says that it is site for protein synthesis. So it is not. So this is wrong because it is meant for from the ribosomes. It goes to the ER. So site of protein synthesis is ER and not Golgi. Hence the option D is the answer for this question, that it is not a function of Golgi apparatus. Okay. Smooth ER is well developed in the cell which synthesize dash. So looking at the option, we have got steroids, proteins, carbohydrates, and all of these. So smooth ER is well developed in the cell which synthesize your steroids, and most of your liver cells are having the smooth ER. So the smooth ER provides the surface for the synthesis of lipid. So just now we have discussed that ER is responsible for the protein synthesis. So over there it was the rough ER, and smooth ER is responsible for synthesis of lipids, including phospholipids, cholesterol, steroid hormones. which includes sex hormones, adrenal corticosteroid hormones, etc. It is also responsible for the synthesis of ascorbic acid and visual pigments. So hence, smooth ER is well developed in the cells which synthesizes steroids. Now, in this question, in which of the following part of mitochondria succinate dehydrogenase enzyme is located? So, we see the structure of the mitochondria over here. We see that during the respiration process, we see that many of the complexes are present on the inner membrane. Okay, so if we see, these are the inner membrane onto which your complex 1, 2, 3, 4, all these complexes are present. So from this, it's very much clear that the succinate dehydrogenase enzyme, which is also called as complex 2 in the ETC chain. What is ETC? It is the electron transport chain. Okay, so it is present in the, it is present on the inner membrane. Okay. Which organelle helps in the synthesis of lipids, steroids, and cholesterol and visual pigments in epithelial cells of retina? So this is just now we discussed as that SER, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, is responsible for the synthesis of lipids. This is just the question in the other way around. So hence the answer is option C, smooth ER. Mechanical support, enzyme circulation, protein synthesis, and detoxification of drugs are the functions of ER. So in the case of ER only, so wherever the protein synthesis, it takes place in the rough ER. But if we talk about the detoxification of the drug, this happens in the smooth ER, especially in the case of liver cells. So here the answer is ER. Cell organelle extracted from the endosperm of germinating castor beans are dash. So here the answer is glyoxysomes, because these glyoxysomes are the microbodies which contains the enzymes for beta oxidations of fatty acids and the glyoxylate pathway. So they are considered to be special peroxisomes. So they occur abundantly in germinating endosperm cells of oil seeds, and hence the answer is glyoxysomes. Now, if you see the structure over here, we need to identify the labeled ones as A, B, C, and D. So here again, A is the structure is given is for the animal cell. So A is your plasma membrane. Okay. So we see that there are two options having A as plasma membrane. So it can be either this or this. Let's see what is B. So B is your nucleus. So now this becomes very much clear that it might be the answer. Now D is your Golgi apparatus. See, you can see over here it is a nucleus. These are the ER, and next to ER is your Golgi apparatus. C is mitochondria. Even if it is not clear, you can see that both the options were having mitochondria. Hence, the option over here is again A. So last question of this series. Again, we need to match. So here we know that nucleolus, spirosomes and peroxisomes, plasmodesmata is given, and in the column 2, lipid storage, glycolate metabolism, transport of macromolecules and RNA synthesis is given. So let's see. So we know that nucleolus, it's not nucleus, nucleolus is for your RNA synthesis, correct? Peroxisomes, let's see about the peroxisomes. So peroxisome is meant for your glycolate metabolism. Just now I have mentioned about the glyoxysomes, correct? Then plasmodesmata is there, that is for your transport of macromolecules. So from this I see that the answer is going to be option C. So nucleolus is responsible for your RNA synthesis. Spirosomes are responsible for your lipid storage, peroxisomes for glycolate metabolism, and plasmodesmata for the transport of macromolecules. So we have come to the end of the part 3 of the series of 150 questions for the cell unit among the NEET preparation. I hope you like the questions. Please watch it again. If any doubts are there, you can comment to us, and you can also suggest the topics to be taken for the NEET preparation. So sorry for the delay, but I'll continue making the videos. So please, if you like the video, please share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.